Billy, so how's it going? How's everything with the cult right
I'm a very happy man.
now?
Very happy. Yeah, things are going well with the cult.
You're playing here in Portugal tonight. What are your expectations about tonight's show?
Well, I mean, the we played a very big show here once with Metallica in '93 in the Sporting Lisbon's soccer ground, and that was kind of very intimidating for me. I mean, to go out to 60,000 people, it hadn't happened very often, and so I have a lot. I have very fond memories of that. So, you know, tonight hopefully it'll be good. I think it'll be cool. I think people haven't seen us for a while, so I think we'll be okay. I think the expectations from the fans, and it's a two-way thing. If the crowd want the desire for the band, that the musicians pick up on that. It's an interactive thing. The crowd. It's two ways. The more the crowd build, the more we're happy. So.
And it's been a while since you were last here, so there are a lot of fans like anxious to see the cult
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
again. And how's the tour going?
Tour's great. I mean, really, we've just done America and Canada, and then coming here to Portugal and Spain. We've always been pretty popular down here for some reason. I don't know why.
No idea.
I have no idea either, but we do very well here, particularly, and so I'm always happy to be here. I mean, people seem to like rock. That's what we do. Down here there's a big demand for rock music.
Do you feel like the crowd is different? Like the crowd is more like they want rock bands, they want.
I think so. I find it in a lot of the Latin countries. I mean, I certainly think in South America it's a similar passion for the music, and I like it. I obviously like the weather and the lifestyle. I live in California, which has a very similar weather. Lifestyle's a little different, but
Yeah, lifestyle. A little.
but the weather's the same, and I relate. I like it. It's always it lifts you up. To when you play to such passionate audiences as we experience here.
How do you feel about not being like the last the last band to play tonight?
Um, I'm good because I can get to bed early. No, I'm only kidding. I think that. How do I feel about it? Well, I think that if the Cult had actually made a record in the last 3 years, we'd probably be closing. But we haven't really done anything in 3 years. I mean, Ian sang in the Doors. The Cult has been dormant, in hibernation. So I don't really have any expectations. I just really like to play when it's dark. That's really all I care about. I often think to myself, well, here I am sitting here talking to you, right? When I wrote She Saw Sanctuary, you were probably still in diapers. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking in 20 years' time, will you be sitting here interviewing Keane or Franz Ferdinand in 20 years? I mean, if you were a gambling man, I wouldn't put money on that. So that's how I feel about that. I feel that our music has a timeless quality and has proven that. And I think loads of bands are going to write really good music right today. Will it last? I don't know. Ours has, fact. You hear the Cult still today, and it's still most of our music sounds pretty fresh. Still, it doesn't sound like, oh wow, you know, like inappropriate. You hear the Cult, particularly maybe the Love album and Electric, that stuff. It has a timeless quality, and and I think that's what gives me, the right to even be here talking to you.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, you're the cult, and
I don't know
that's
whether
like
I'd want to go on after us because I know what we can do. We've proven we can do this for 20 years, but also it's a different time. This festival isn't all Cult fans. There's people who, I mean, we want to reach other people. I think if you're a band and you don't get new fans, you die. So we need to expose younger people, different people to our music. So you're always in a process of doing that. So this is an opportunity for me, really.
so. Still about the touring with the cult now. What is the thing that you miss the least about touring?
Um, just the sort of lack of sleep is the thing I miss the least. You know,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
mostly. Um,
Anything else?
I I, you know, I kind of,
Interviews?
I don't mind. It's part of the, it's part of the package. What I really like to do is play music on stage. That's really what I even started to do this for. So that's kind of where I'm primarily at, you know. But so the rest of it just comes with the territory, you know.
What about, are there any plans for the new record to come out?
Sure, sure we do.
Are,
Yeah, yeah, we've got new music. You know, Ian has ideas. I have some ideas. We're gonna get together and make some stuff. And we, you know, we generally come up with something worthwhile every time we get together. So there's been a few years break. I think that is good to get good creativity. I mean, we've written a lot of songs together, so it's always a challenge to get together and see if you can get some spark that makes you feel, you know, good.
are you gonna work on that like after the tours?
Soon, yeah, we're gonna try and we're trying to do it. I'm in the mindset of doing it now, and we're gonna try and just do it in pieces. I don't necessarily think we'll sit down and make a record. I mean, I don't even know whether people should bother making records anymore unless they're Coldplay. You know, I mean, why make a record? I think write new songs and maybe record them. I don't know. The jury's out on whether what approach, but we have new songs for sure.
So soon enough, we'll see a new
Oh
cult
yeah,
record coming
well,
out.
yeah, of some kind. There'll be definitely new cult music. New cult music is being written as we speak.
That sounds good. Uh, so now tell us about this problem that's been affecting the record companies and music industry, the illegal downloading on the internet. Like, how do you feel about that?
Um, I don't. How I feel is that they solved it by making legal downloading easy. Because as far as it, most humans are selfish. Nobody wants to. No, you wouldn't like it if somebody stole your car. You know, or took your phone or your Converse. I mean, it's the same. What you do is the way they solved it. It was just make it easy for people to buy stuff legally. And I mean,
Do you think it's solved?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I haven't personally. My personal experience is that I haven't seen a drop in the money that I earn from the songs I've written, and I know we don't sell as many records anymore as we used to. But my income as a songwriter is the same. So somebody's downloading. The Cult were the number one download in America a year ago on our label, our English label for She Sells Sanctuary when they first made it available. There's a demand there, for it. I'm not too freaked out about it. I'm not as upset. But people will always steal, man. There wouldn't be a lock on the
Do you
door
think
unless
it's
people stole.
tougher on new bands that, you know, it's probably not as tough on you.
Possibly, yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm grateful that I came up in a more traditional sense. I don't necessarily know whether I'd be that excited. I mean, if you're a new band, you don't know any different. It is what it is. But when I came up, we were one of the last bands who probably came up old school. I started playing music in the 70s when I was a kid, so my experiences are much more connected, as equally connected to the 70s as they are to the modern times. And things were different. You built your band up by touring. The Cult started a year before MTV. So I come from that era of right at video. When video first started, that was the Cult's birth, was at that time. So I've grown up with that and accepted it.
So you just adapt to the.
You have to adapt, like anything else. Where I don't think a band is any different to anything else that's organic in the world. The world's an organic place. The band's organic. You know what I mean? It's humans, and you're just dealing with stories and emotions and connecting with people's on some level. You're connecting with the soul of somebody. Whether that the emotion, happy, sad, angry. That's all any musician can do. Whether that means dressing up like a Viking warrior and singing about chopping babies up, or whether that means you're Robbie Williams or Michael Jackson or whoever, Ozzy Osbourne. You know what I mean? It's the same. It really is the same. When you break it down, we only have so many emotions within us as people, and But that's me. I'm in my 40s, so that's me talking 20 years ago. I was a very different guy.
Okay. Thank you.
Good.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
And if you
Hi, this is Billy Duffy from The Cult, and you're looking at me and listening to The Cult on EOL Musica.